Hello and welcome to Archvelder's Hacks with Archvelder and his amazing hacks. In this video we'll be looking at the strange underground world of Mount Hustling, and in particular Huolon in the Timeless Isle and its drop Reins of the Thundering Onyx Cloud Serpent. A mount which, astonishingly, is being sold for up to 800,000 gold. In this video I'm going to show you how to get the mount for free. I was recently contacted by a mysterious and knowledgeable individual named Tianak some weeks ago who told a really interesting story. As Tianak explained, Huolon is killed within seconds of spawning on most realms in normal mode. Naturally, maximum level players benefit from the legacy buff in low-level content, which boosts your damage, meaning all low-level mobs, including Huolon, can be one-shot, and consequently Huolon's mount drop has become practically unobtainable. The Thundering Onyx Cloud Serpent is only a 0.9% chance, even if you actually get the kill, so with the amount of competition you are likely to face, it simply isn't worth it for all but the most dedicated and hardcore mount collectors out there. Players serious about this will group with characters on other realms, and then face to that realm. Also, sophisticated players use the class trial feature to camp Huolon on many realms at the same time, for barely any time investment at all. This basically shuts out more casual collectors completely. Now, if you go into time walking mode, things are a little different. Unlike in normal mode, Huolon is usually up on most realms at most times. There's just one problem. In time walking mode, the maximum level without exploits you can reach is level 50, and even a fully geared level 50 is no match for Huolon. In fact, Huolon will one-shot most players, as I'm showing here. Consequently, Huolon cannot be soloed and requires a skilled 5-man group to take down for the mount drop chance. Now, I was very interested in this because I have a Patreon method for instantly killing elite mobs or world bosses in time walking mode. You can see me demonstrating it here to kill Gar, a cataclysm rare in Mount Hyjal, who drops 400 raw gold and some rare BOE items, which sell for tens of thousands on the auction house. While that method is very powerful and lucrative, it does require you to have a partner or a second account, and does require some knowledge of exploitation. So it isn't for everybody, which is why I haven't made it public. However, it turns out that it isn't necessary to use that method to kill Huolon specifically. Tianak showed me a method to kill Huolon which, crucially, can be done solo, and makes you completely immune from Huolon's normally lethal damage. Now, it's worth mentioning the mounts can't be sold directly on the auction house, but you can charge people to join a group for the kill. And apparently some have been charging very aggressively for the kill, up to 800,000 gold in some cases. Note how lucrative this is compared to most gold farming hourly returns. Tianak felt this was excessive, and so he generously decided to reveal the secret of how to kill Huolon in time walking mode. It turns out that there are 3 locations where Huolon's lightning attack is blunted by the nature of the terrain. The first location can only be reached by a series of jumps Tianak is showing here. You may know this location if you played when Timeless Isle was current content, as you used to get a lot of PvP sniping going on there. The second location is here, and the third is a little further up here. I found another location later near to the crane statue opposite Cinderfall's bridge. Now, I tested this out and it works spectacularly well. Huolon basically has one attack, and when that doesn't work, he literally does no DPS at all. My health remains at 100% through the entire encounter. It took less than 5 minutes to kill the dragon. Now, as we've discussed before, the mount drops only 0.9% of the time, so you are still going to have to do this multiple times to get the mount, even with this trick. So you will travel to Timeless Isle quite a bit. What I'd strongly suggest is farming any of the mobs on the Timeless Isle, which all drop Timeless coins. When you've got 7,500 Timeless coins, trade them into Mistweaver Coup in this location here for the item Time Lost Artifact. Now, this item will port you straight to the Timeless Isle and save you a considerable amount of travel time. It's literally one of the most useful items in the game for gold farmers, as there is so much gold making stuff you can do on the Isle. Because the item is a trinket, don't forget to replace it with your current eye level trinkets. A number of times I've gone into a battleground and not noticed that I was doing much less damage than normal. You wouldn't believe. Now, you are very unlikely to be banned for doing this, since even if Blizzard do consider this some kind of terrain exploit, they are very unlikely to pay any attention to any legacy content exploits unless that itself has a major impact on current content. Though it may just possibly get nerfed, so if you really want this mount, I wouldn't leave it too long. That's assuming Blizzard know how to correct the issue. It is interesting to speculate just how much gold could be made using methods like this to farm rare items and sell on to collectors. If you have any interest in mount farming, then you will probably want to consider joining my Patreon for the method I mentioned earlier. As I said, that method requires a partner or a second account. It's also an advanced method which requires a little patience to get right. That said, it's well worth it since you can use it for all kinds of rare killing shenanigans and make a lot of gold. If you don't want to join my Patreon, that's fine. I understand times are difficult for a lot of people right now. But please consider helping the channel by subscribing or joining my Twitter feed. Thanks for watching. This has been Archfelder.